Welcome ESL to week 9 in the first round of the playoffs. As Justin Chris is on the pole for today's race. As you can see, some cars have yellow banners on the windshield. Those cars with yellow banners are your playoff drivers. Only 12 drivers advance, so no mistakes can happen today if you're a playoff driver. If you have one bad race, you're most likely going to be eliminated. And here are your round of 16 drivers. So winning stages is very important. Those are playoff points. Playoff points do carry over. And if you win a race, you also get playoff points. So you definitely want to win some stages today. Who will it be today? Well, we have somebody trying to play spoiler. One of those drivers that didn't make it. Or will one of the playoffs drivers win to advance? If you win, you automatically advance no matter what points you have. As we round turn 7 and get ready for the kickoff of the playoffs. Pace car comes off the track. Green flag is out and we're underway for the first round of the playoffs. And Justin Chris with a quick jump. He had a great start so far. Gunny in second, Lotus Lee in third. Usually the restarts can get really crazy, especially on the first turn. Let's see if any drivers will have any issues as we hit this S turn. Everyone seems to get by pretty good. But Justin Chris is in the lead. But Gunny is close by, so he is not pulling any distance so far, as there's 18 laps on the first stage. As Brogan moves up to 11th, another playoff car. Positioning is key on a road course. There's not many places to make passes on the track. Freddie Trammell moves up to 15th. He is currently 16th with no points, no playoff points, so he needs to have a good day today in order to advance. But it is very close, as you see all these cars 1 through 5 very tight. Lotus Lee tries to look to the outside. The top 4 cars are playoff cars. One of them is Amelia Rose that hasn't won since Daytona week 1. Definitely want to get off to a great start in the playoffs. as Justin Chris continues to lead. As Andrew Green is 29th. Not a good start to the race for Andrew Green. He's going to have to make some magic happen. We have Odeon in 23rd. Snuck into the playoffs. Can he make something happen today? As we round turn 7 and cross the start finish line. 14 laps to go to the end of the stage. And Justin Chris is having a great run so far. Andrew Green, Chris Andrews moves up to 8th. Now Rooster Rodden in the inside. Alberta takes 9th. So far, everyone is on the lead lap, no issues. And that is great to see so far. As Merrill and Brogan side by side as we head into 6. Merrill moves up to 11th. These drivers know they need to work their way up the field. Every point is crucial. As we've seen, some drivers got in the playoffs by 2 points. Only the top 12 advance. Justin Chris seems to be pulling away slightly from Gunny. But Gunny has definitely pulled away from Lotus Lee. Lotus Lee was your regular season champion, and he is your points leader currently in the playoffs. As he almost goes sideways, almost loses it. What a save by the 125. That could have been disastrous for that team. Brogan passes Merle up to 11th. But almost a disaster for the 125. As we have 12 laps to go to the end of the stage. As Gunny seems to be gaining some ground on Justin Chris. Can he make the pass? Where will he make the pass? As he is almost to his bumper already. He takes a look to the outside. All season long, Gunny has been flirting to get a win, but just can't get over the hump. Maybe today is the day. It would be the perfect time to do it. Let's take a ride on board the 68. We have 10 laps to go to the end of the stage. As Gunny got close to Justin Chris, but now seems to be fading just a little bit as these tires start wearing some. Lotus Lee still in third, followed by Amelia Rose and Travis Arthur, a driver we haven't mentioned much this season. He might be trying to play spoiler today. Robert Tibbs in 6th. CJ in 7th. Chris Andrews in 8th. Musterad in 9th. And Berto is in 10th. Followed closely by the number 3 Brogan. It's Killmonger 31st, so he is another playoff car that is struggling. Doug Britton 26. E. Weezy 22nd. Odeon 23rd. Kyle Storm 19th. Kenny Flourish 21st. But Justin Chris continues to lead. He's having a great race so far. He wants nothing more to get the stage win. So a lot of scenarios at play right now. Berto Demora moves up to 9th. Freddie Trammell battling for 13th. Can he make the pass? As we see JQ, he is in 15th. A decent run for the number 10. Seven laps to go to the end of the stage. Gunny has been there the whole time, just hasn't seemed to be able to get up to his bumper and stay there. But 1 and 2 have pulled away. As JQ passes Freddie Trammell, he's up to 14th. And Kenny Flourish up to 21st. Kenny Flourish started the season with like 3 or 4 fourth place finishes in a row. So we know he has some speed. Can he get by Kyle Storm and take over 20th? Six laps to go. CJ Slava up to 6. He's showing some speed early. Last week was the same. As we go around turn 6. Gunny seems to be closing the gap some. Five laps to go. As Brogan moves up to 10th. So Brogan has been moving up slowly but surely. So it seems he has speed on the long runs. As Gunny is right there, he has caught up to Justin Chris. Now, can he make the pass? He seems to get up to him, but then he just doesn't have enough to get by. Four laps to go this time by. This stage is going to be big. You want stage wins. It's very important. Robert Tibbs takes back 6. Freddie Trammell 14th. Can he move up to 13th? You definitely want to get stage points, but you need to finish at least 10th at the end of the stage. And right now, that would go to Brogan. Can Brogan move up? He would definitely want to move up a few more positions before the end of the stage. Every point counts right now, every position. Three laps to go. And Justin Chris continues to keep his distance from the 68, about 3 car lengths. Lotus Lee in 3rd, followed by Emilio Rose in 4th. They haven't shown enough speed to close the gap to 2nd. Maybe that'll change in the 2nd stage, but this stage is not working out for them. Definitely have to make some adjustments to those cars. Two laps to go. Can Gunny figure out a way to pass Justin Chris? Justin Chris is looking to repeat as champion. Now's the time to put your best performance on, and so far today he has. As we head into turn 6. One lap to go to the end of the stage. Can Justin Chris hold on? Pit strategy is going to be key today as well. And Justin Chris has pulled away from Gunny once again as JQ moves up to 14th. The 499 has put on a great performance so far today. As we head into turn 7 and onto the front stretch. Justin Chris wins stage 1. What a run by the 499 in that first stage. He was lights out. Gunny had nothing for him. At times it looked like he did, but he just couldn't put it together. But can they make some adjustments to make that car faster for stage 2? And who will pit, who will decide to stay out? Does anyone take any risk? Merrill McGuire had the fastest lap so far in the race. He is currently in 12th. So your drivers that are in the playoffs that finished the stage in the top 10 is Justin Chris, Gunny in 2nd, Lotus Lee 3rd, Amila Rose 4th, Robert Tibbs 7th, and Brogan snuck in there 10th. But Justin Chris wins the stage, wins a playoff point. Now who will decide to go on to pit road, or does everyone come in? No one can make mistakes on pit road. You definitely don't want to fall a few positions, especially if you're running in a top 10. Let's see who goes onto pit road. And it seems like everyone is staying out. This will make for a very interesting stage too. Oh, we had two, the 502 and the 501. They were at the tail end of the field, so it really doesn't matter. But no one else decides to pit. Let's pull up. This is kind of how the playoffs kind of work. If you win the race, you get 5 points. If you win the stage, you get 1 point. The points reset after each round. So your playoff points carry over, but not your points that you got when you finished the race. Those only determine who advances and who gets eliminated. And these are your top 16 currently. So Justin Chris won the stage, so now he has 8 points, 8 playoff points. And if he advances, those 8 points would carry over to the round of 12. So currently Lotus Lee, he is currently in third. Merrill, he is in 12th. Killmonger is in 31st. Andrew Green is 29th. Kyle Storm is 19th. Amelia Rose is 4th. Justin Chris is the leader of the race. Gunny is 2nd. Doug Britton is 26th. JQ is 14th. Robert Tibbs is 7th. E Weezy is currently 22nd. Kenny Flourish, 21st. Odeon, 23rd. Brogan, 10th. And Freddie Trammell, 16th. Those are where your playoff drivers are currently standing. What will happen after stage 2? We're about to find out. Will fuel be an issue? It'll be close. It'll be close if they can make it to the end of the stage. And how will the drivers do on this restart on worn tires? Drivers have to be extremely careful on this restart. If somebody makes a mistake in the front of the pack, it can be disastrous for the rest of the field. It's been great racing so far, but we know all it takes is one mistake to create some chaos. So let's see what happens on this restart. As we go around turn 7. Pace car comes off. Green flag is out, and we're back to racing. Start of stage 2. Justin Chris with another great jump. Can he have the lead going into 1 as Lotus Lee's trying to take second from Gunny as they're side by side coming out of 1. Can Lotus Lee make the pass? And he does make the pass as Gunny gets a little wide. Now we see Tibbs on the outside of the 405. He makes the pass. He's up to 3rd. Make that 4th. As Chris Andrews loses it. He is trying to get back on the track. And he's going to have to let everyone go by. Chris Andrews loses it on the turn. Looks like he bumps CJ. As Justin Chris continues to lead. Lotus Lee's now in 2nd, Gunny in 3rd. Now, does Lotus Lee have enough to catch Justin Chris? As Tyler Commander is extremely slow right now. As Doug Britton and Tyler make contact. Coming out of 7. How much damage does that 84 have? That could cost him the playoffs right now if he has some serious damage on that car. Will the 84 come into the pits? And he stays out, so the damage doesn't seem to be affecting that car too much. As Justin Chris has pulled away from the 125. Right now he is on rails. As Gunny looks to the outside of Lotus. As the 301 is in the pits. Definitely heavy damage to the left side of that car. As Justin Chris gets loose, going around 5. These tires are very worn right now. Tyler Commander is in the pits. Will the same happen to Doug? Your top 5, Justin Chris, Lotus Lee, Gunny, Robert Tibbs, and Travis Arthur. Travis Arthur having his best run of the season. As Lotus continues to hold off Gunny for 2nd. As we see somebody flying. And that is the 96, Stefan Forge. He also loses it. Looks like he makes contact with his teammate, the 34, and that's exactly what happens. The 96 goes for a wild ride. As he gets back out on the track. Justin Chris putting some distance from Lotus. As we see Merle move up to 11th. We know what the 33 can do. As he's side by side with the 3. And he makes contact with Brogan. And slows up the field. No caution is out. Still no caution. As we see Andrew Green, we see Kenny Flourish. As him and his teammate, he just hits his teammate head on. What a disaster right now. Let's see if we can get a better angle of this. As the 33 gets loose, hits the 3. He just spins out in front of the field. The 81 is involved. The 90, the 84, he sneaks away. 21. Wow. That is not a great sign for the Brew Crew. As you see, they hit again. As the 26 and the 33 and the 38 are in the garage. They'll get back in the pits in a few minutes. But that is definitely a disastrous start to the race. Now they got to get those cars back out to get as many points as possible. And I'm sure the pit crew will be working hard to get these cars back out. As we have 12 laps to go to the end of stage 2. What a wild start to the playoffs. Everything was going smoothly, but we all know all it takes is one mistake for something to happen. As E-Weezy moves up to 14th. And if we look at the points really quick, Merrill was in second with the 14. And Andrew Green, 4th with 13 points. I mean, they have a small cushion, but it's not a lot. So they need to get those cars back out on the track as soon as possible. As they are currently sitting on pit road. Merrill has a lot of front end damage. And the 26 has no front end. So that does not look good for the 26 right now. $11 laps to go to the end of the stage. And Justin Chris has pulled away from Lotus. Now the other question is, can they make it to the end of the stage on fuel? The Brew Crew started the playoffs with all 5 cars in their charter in the playoffs, but 2 of them might be gone after today's race. We will see. As Odeon and Killmonger battling out for the 23rd. Doug Britton moves up to 17th. He suffered a little damage on that car earlier, but he seems to be doing fine. Stroudin up to 7th. Amelia Rose loses a spot down to 9th. Killmonger passes Gerald. He's up to 21st. As we see Andrew Green back on the track, they fixed it. They fixed the bumper, slapped a new bumper on it. He is back on the track. And Merle is also back on the track. So that's big for both of those teams. They just need to turn some laps and hopefully hope that something happens. Merle's 2 laps down. Andrew Green is 3 laps down. As we have 9 laps to go to the end of the stage. Now Freddie Trammell comes into pit, as well as JQ. So now it seems like Doug Britton comes in. This is definitely fuel related. This is scheduled stops now. They figure, hey, let's get in now. Let's slap on 4 tires, top it off with fuel. Let's not wait. And maybe it's not scheduled stop. Maybe they're just fixing damage, it seems like. It is a scheduled stop. Here comes the leader, Justin Chris, who will come out of pit road first. This is a big stop right here. Which pit crew will put together a very fast stop? Justin Chris pulls off first. Lotus Lee pulls off second. Gunny third. Great stop for the 499. As Lotus Lee gets a little loose coming out of pit road. But your current leader is Robert Tibbs. He still needs to make a stop. Now he comes in for his scheduled stop, followed by Travis Arthur. CJ also comes in. So after we cycle through, your leader should be back to Justin Chris, unless Robert Tibbs has an amazing stop. But now Justin Chris has some traffic ahead of him. Will that slow him down? As we see Robert Tibbs coming out of pit road. Justin Chris trying to get by the 502. The 502 almost loses it there. That's not what Justin Chris wants to see, as Justin Chris gets a little loose. It will take a few laps for those fresh tires to warm up. as your 502 is the leader. As they're side by side going into one. Justin Chris easily gets by. The 502 and a 501 are second and third, and that's because they had a very early pit. So now Lotus Lee needs to get by. And Robert Tibbs had an amazing stop. He is currently fifth. As they're side by side going around five, Robert Tibbs, he gets by the 125. He is up to fourth. Five laps to go to the end of the stage. Robert Tibbs trying to get by the 501. He's in the inside, heading around one as Gunny's trying to pass Lotus on the inside as well. Robert Tibbs up to third. When will the 20 make the pass on the 502? As all this is happening, and for second place, Justin Chris continues to pull away. As the 125 and Gunny are side by side. As they make contact. This is a battle for fifth. As they continue to stay side by side, going around seven. And Lotus Lee makes the pass as Gunny makes contact with a 405. Another Brew Crew car. That is the third car today. As he's in the outside of 405, puts him into the wall. And there's just too much damage for that car to keep going. What a tough break. That's three cars for the Brew Crew today. Not the way they wanted to start the playoffs. As Justin Chris continues to lead. As Northern Lights Racing, they're 1 and 2. Three laps to go to the end of the stage. And Gunny is back on pit road. They're going to be working on that car as much as possible to get that car back out on the track. Unfortunate turn of events for that team. I know there's going to be some drivers definitely going to each other pit stalls after the race, after some of the stuff that has gone on the track. As Justin Chris passes the start finish, 2 laps to go. And now Justin Chris has the fastest lap of the race. He has had a fast car all day. He's looking to win his second stage, get another playoff point. Robert Tibbs still in second. And Lotus Lee is in third. It's been an eventful stage 2. One lap to go into the end of the stage. The 499 has had some serious speed these first 2 stages. All he needs to do is have one more stage just like this one. He goes around turn 5. Gunny is still in the pits. 3 minutes in the pits already. Amelia Rose moves up to 6. Justin Chris goes around the last turn. Justin Chris wins stage 2. Who will decide to pit? Who will decide to stay out? Fuel is going to be close again. I don't think they can make it to the end of the race on fuel, but we do have some caution laps, so that might help with the fuel mileage. We will see. But Justin Chris could not ask for a better race to start the playoffs. He is a proven champion, so you know this car has some speed. Your lucky dog will be Evan Ethel. Playoff cars that are a few laps down are JQ, Doug Britton, Merrill, Andrew Green, and Gunny. Tough break for those drivers so far. But anything can happen on this restart. But who will decide to go onto pit road? Playoff drivers that are in the top 10 is Justin Chris, Robert Tibbs, Lotus Lee, Amelia Rose. All the points will be tallied after the race. who will decide to go into the pits or will everybody stay out. I think everybody will follow the leader's lead. And the leader decides to stay out. Does anyone else pull into pit road? And so far, no takers. There's Tyler Commander. It's the only one to go in, and Merle. I mean, they're in the back. Might as well fix some damage, top off and fuel. You never know what can happen. We see Andrew Green on pit road as well. Merle comes out of the pits. He was having a decent race. He was moving up on the field and just had that one mishap. Gets a little loose. He is currently one lap down. He just needs a little luck to get back out on the lead lap. But the man of the day so far is Justin Chris. Has won 2 stages. He won the pole. He has the fastest lap in the race. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better start today. As I pull up the playoff, the points. So Merle has a slight cushion with the 14 points. Killmonger as well. But Killmonger's 18th, so he so far he's okay. Andrew Green, he's 33rd. He has a small cushion. Gunny with 7 points. Doug Britton with 6. I mean, it's not, they have to turn some laps and hope some other stuff happens on the track. But we don't know what this stage is going to bring. So right now, it could be extremely tight in the standings right now. It's not over until that driver takes the checkered flag. Who will make the cut? Who will advance? Top 12 drivers move on. The bottom 4 get eliminated. Right now, NLR 1 and 2. Can they keep it up in the 3rd stage? As the track has cooled off. We started the race at around 120. Now it's 114 degrees. Lotus Lee is in 3rd. And he has the biggest cushion out of all the drivers. So he's also having a good race. As we get ready to head around turn 6. Nerves are on high. This is it right here. What will happen in stage 3? Will we have another pit stop? We're about to find out. Pace car comes off the track. Green flag is out, and we're underway. Start of stage 3. Justin Chris with another great jump as Lotus goes into the inside of Robert Tibbs. Can he make the pass around turn 1? They're side by side. He cannot get by the 20. Now will the 20 try to take the lead from the 499? You do not want to try to make the pass here, as the 499 gets a little loose. The 20 gets a little wide, coming around 5. Can Justin Chris pull away like he did earlier? We head into turn 1. Justin, as we see Doug Britton in the pits. So that car is having some troubles, as well as the 26. Can Lotus lead past the 20? As Justin Chris is not putting on too much distance from the second place car. Amelia Rose moves up to 6. Trying to get as many points as possible. The Wheezy has moved up to 10th. A 15 laps to go. Justin Chris has put a few car lengths between him and the number 20. Justin is just trying to hit his marks, make no mistakes. Come out of this with a win and 3 stage wins, which is huge to start the playoffs. As the 299 loses a few spots, gets one back, up to 12th. Does everyone have enough to get to the end of their stage on fuel? As Amelia Rose moves up to 5th. Well, it's still battling the 502 or the 501. As they go side by side into the turn. This could go bad. Amelia Rose holds on to 5th. Weezy moves up to 11th. Now is battling his teammate for 10th. He takes 10th. He lost a few spots, got him back, seems like. As they're side by side going into 7. The 16 gets very wide. Brogan trying to battle for 12th. Kyle Storm on the outside as well, battling for 15th. As the 710 gets put into the wall by the number 10. And the number 10 is a playoff car. Justin Chris still in the lead. He's pulled a little distance, put a little distance, but not much. "12 laps to go." Robert Tibbs is having a great race today as well. This is exactly how you want to start the playoffs, and your top 3 cars are playoff cars. So they're happy to stay just where they at. But Justin Chris with the win automatically advances. If you win, you advance, no matter what your points are. "11 laps to go, this time by." The question is, do they have enough fuel to make it to the end? And if they don't, will somebody risk it? We've seen that happen plenty of times as Eweezy moves up, trying to fight for 7th. And he takes 7th. So he's having a great run in stage 3. As we see Brogan in 12th trying to make a run on Berto. This Lotus Lee gets past the number 20 for 2nd. Can he make a push? Can he get up to Justin Chris? "10 laps to go." Does Lotus Lee have anything left in that car to catch up to Justin Chris? Kyle Storm moves up to 14th. These drivers are about on 20 laps on these tires. "9 laps to go." Playoff cars that are in the top 10 is Justin Chris, Lotus Lee, Robert Tibbs in 3rd, Eweezy in 8th. Playoff cars that have struggled in this race is Gunny, Andrew Green, Doug Britton, Merle, and JQ. But Justin Chris continues to lead. Lotus doesn't seem to be closing in. But if you can't win, the name of the game is just to have a good finish. Eight laps to go. Kyle Storm up to 14th. As now we see some pit stops from the cars that pitted way early in the race. Now they're on a different pit cycle, so this is just a splash and go for those two cars. As Brogan moves up to 8th. Brogan has shown some speed all day. Seven laps to go. The big question is there enough fuel? That can change the complexion of this race. And I don't think anybody's going to do tires if they come in. It's just going to be a splash and go, just like the 501 and the 502 just did. But it's been a great run for Northern Lights today. Two playoff cars, 1 and 3. They came into the playoffs with 4 cars. And Low Fuel came in with 3. Six laps to go. Amelia Rose currently running in 4th. Great run for that car today. If there's a silver lining for the Brew Crew, is Amelia Rose having a great run today. As Brogan continues to charge up to 7th. Having a great run in stage 3. Brogan is part of that DOG team. This is their first season together. And he's been putting together a great run today. And that car has some damage on the hood. And he's still making it work. 5 laps to go. As we see Robert Tibbs closing on the 125. We've had such a great race today. But Justin Chris just has been a man on a mission. The setup they brought to the track today was flawless because he's just got so much speed. Nobody has challenged him for the lead all day long. Four laps to go. Lotus Liesel in second. And Robert Tibbs in third. I think these drivers are content staying 1, 2, and 3. You do not want to make a mistake at this point of the race. As we go around 6. Three laps to go. Amelia Rose continues to hold on to fourth. Brogan in eighth, followed by E. Weezy in ninth. Kyle is in 11th. Kenny Flourish, 16th. Odeon, 19th. And Killmonger, 20th. Freddie Trammell, 21st. Merle, 26. I mean, they've continued to put some laps together to get as many points as possible. Two laps to go. All Justin has to do is continue hitting his marks as he continues to pull away from the 125. That car has been on rails all day. Do they have enough fuel? We're getting close to pushing 30 laps since the last pit stop. As Justin Chris goes around turn 7. White flag is out. Final lap. Just has to put together one more great lap, and he will secure victory and advance to the round of 12. And it'll put him in very good position to start the next round. Each round will get harder. We go from the round of 12, then to the round of 8, and then a championship round of 4. Go around turn 5. Justin Chris has shown today why he was last year's champion as he goes around turn 7. Justin Chris wins at Watkins Glen and moves on to the round of 12. What a run by the 499 today. Lotus Lee finishes in second. Robert Tibbs, third. Amelia Rose, fourth. Brogan, eighth. Eweezy, ninth. Those are your cars in the top 10 that are your playoff drivers. But the man of the day is Justin Chris. With such a great run. He won the pole, he won all 3 stages, and he won the race. You couldn't ask for nothing better than that. Now he advances. And now we head to Talladega for the round of 12, which we know what can happen at Talladega. But right now they'll celebrate today. They're happy they moved on. I will be tallying all the points after this race, and I'll let everyone know who advanced once all the points have been officially tallied. But if you did get eliminated, you should still be proud. It's extremely difficult to even make it to this point. And you can still consider you had a great season by just making the playoffs. I'll put up the playoff schedule so we can take a look at that. But congrats to Justin Chris. And here's your playoff schedule. Watkins Glen. We just did Talladega is next. Then we head to Kansas. And then we finish at Phoenix. So Talladega is a wild card race. As we know, anything can happen at Talladega or any super speedway. But congrats to Justin Chris and the NLR team. Thank you for watching the stream and supporting the league. I will see you guys next time.